Yeah, folks, Quillican here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Songs of Six. I want to focus today, if I can, on some logistics. So I was looking into a few things, with things like our bakery, for example. Right, we got this consumption stat. Well, first of all, it's complaining, I think. It's weird that there's no tooltip over here. If we mouse over here, this proximity to raw materials is poor. And I'm wondering, like, does this... Oh, wait, now it's showing me hauling? Is that... Oh, is it? Oh! So, there's no tooltip on consumption. There's no tooltip on the percentage. But there is a tooltip there. Industry... Thank you, saving. Industry workers can fetch the input for the industry without problems if the distance is short. If long, then productivity will suffer. So, this is not like a percentage of satisfied consumption. Is this like similar to commute time, where this is how much time is being spent moving goods around? Anyway, all that, I was thinking, well, first of all, we could probably make some adjustments to the warehouses and things like that. Anyway, I put down these haulers, which I haven't really done before. But I'm going to go and get that set up. I'm going to put one down for wood. Now, if I tell you this, you'll auto yoink from some central warehouses. Do I have a dedicated wood warehouse? This over here, right? Yeah. So, what I'm actually going to do is remove and remove. What does this button do again? Oh yeah, paste. I'm going to pull from this wood warehouse, although there's no wood there. But that is going to be the idea. And then I guess what I can do is I can go and do that. So it'll grab the next, I don't know if it does these in order, but pull from the wood source. And then you can also try pulling from the closest central warehouse. And you'll have one employee there. And then, I don't know how much time this necessarily saves. Well, it's more efficient because here's the thing. I know that if my bakery workers are having to go grab stuff, they're not very efficient. They don't haul as much. These guys will haul more. Now, if all they're doing is going to a next door warehouse, it should be fine, but they actually aren't going to a next door warehouse. So I'm really hoping this is going to make a difference. If I can go and enter squint mode and see grain. I keep seeing bread. It's like, no, I don't want bread. What is the grain icon? Right, the bowl with the... Blah. Okay, it's not in this top row. There it is. Oh my gosh. I kept looking near the food stuff and expecting it to be there. Anyway, yoink some of that. I do have 2 dedicated grain warehouses, which actually might be another thing that needs an adjustment, but we'll see. So that's one grain warehouse, and then there's another big one over here, which isn't actually near anything other than sources of stuff, but that should be okay. Now, there's a pull limit, but I mean, really, what I want is I'm fine with this hauler pulling to the max. It's going to be okay. With just a couple of crates, but, because there's room for each of those. But yeah, if they can go and save these bakers a little bit of walking time, that might be good. So I'm curious to see what that does. I didn't realize people were spending so much time. Also, like, one of the big things, what originally started all this is a bunch of warehouses do have a lot of people employed. Well, yeah, it's mostly the central warehouses, which might be legit. Now, one of the things I was looking at, there is a tech called logistics that increases carrying capacity. And that sounds like it's going to be a huge time saver for us. Freeing up some workers possibly, but also just moving things around a lot quicker, which is nice. This needs administration, which isn't something we've got. That's under here, and it actually needs transport first. Transports, which gives us the loading and unloading station, which I think is really good for huge bulk transits. Other than that, but I guess we need... Was it under here that you spent tech? Paper filing gives us administration, yeah. So I would need 50 knowledge to unlock paper filing to unlock that. So I think realistically that's a little bit far. Now, it's entirely possible at this point, right? This is the first... Again, we played Songs of Six once a long time ago, but we didn't play very long, and everything has changed since then. This is by far... Effectively, I'm going to count this as my first city ever. And part of me is tempted to be like, you know what? It's time to restart and apply our new knowledge. But because at some point we might hit a bit of a wall. The other thing I noticed is, like, I see a lot of people online say, once they hit about 1K population, that's when it's time for them to go and take over other cities. Dude, I don't even know how to, like, move units around yet. But that sounds like it's probably a pretty useful input of stuff, which is interesting. Like goods, maybe extra workers and stuff like that. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep chooching for now and then see what happens maybe with this bakery and this consumption stat. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to take a little bit before we see this first result there. There you can see, okay, we can watch grain coming in. Is this baked goods? I keep getting space to toggle. Human odd jobber. I think the odd jobbers, right, help with some of the hauling or construction. And the odd jobbers in this case, we don't have actual odd jobbers, except it's the farmer's off shift. So presumably, this must be loaves of bread. It's a little hard to see, but it must be loaves of bread. They're just helping to do some extra hauling from the stockpile here, I guess. And we got some more there. Curious. Okay. Yeah, you do have 1 of 1, which is good. You'll pick up loose items. Not that there should be any here. There you go. You got a little bit of grain. You got a little bit of wood. Okay. There we go. That was taken. That's good. Okay. So what we'll want to do, proximity raw materials is poor, which I do see, and insufficient workers. Sure. I'm wondering about doing the exact same thing near the other bakery. And that seems like a fairly decent idea. If I just copy those two. I mean, it's going to copy the floor as well, but that's not actually a problem. You are right next to the grain warehouse. And annoyingly, you don't actually have a direct door outside. So I guess what I only need is a hauler for maybe wood over here. And I'm wondering if the best thing to do is to put it right outside. Or do I add a little bit of wood storage in here? Yeah, maybe I just do that. As far as I can tell, haulers and warehouse workers get the same upgrade tech. I might be wrong about that, but that's what that's what it seems like. So I'm going to cut back on our grain storage by 4 bins, add 4 wood bins, and then I'm also going to add a pull source from our wood stockpile. So we're going to try to keep 4 bins of wood, of full wood over here pulling. It's not set the priority, so the central stockpiles might also decide to grab from this. I don't know if that leads to a bad interaction or not, but we're gonna take a gander. I'm hoping they generally don't have to go as far to pick up their grain normally. What season are we? Okay, autumn, so we're probably about to get a harvest. So that'll be interesting to see. We're back up to nearly 3K people again, although our odd jobbers went more negative. Oh, I did, at the start of the episode... Oh, we have 2 more daycares over there. As I say, I took this daycare and did the carpeting thing. Although we are having a fabric thing. Okay. I know I've gone back and forth on this, and it's maybe a little silly. I'm going to go and turn off the embassies again. Because I don't think we're doing that much trade that having access to the other people is that much of a big deal. So I'm going to turn these off, free up the workers, but also reduce the fabric pool, because it's not like they're working at very good efficiency anyway. So this doesn't lead to... Well, okay, it still has a number from the embassies. But even then, it's still looking like a bit of a net negative right now. I think... The consumption percentages here are good. They're not having to work very hard for their hauling, I think. So these buildings are really good. The bakeries are clearly not good. But they're going to be okay. Hopefully, yeah, they'll keep chooching, and we'll get a little bit of net positive over here. I wonder, like, with the hospitals... Oh, I forgot we're in the middle of a disease. We got hit by a disease at the end of that last episode, didn't we? So we have a lot of people out over here. And I don't know if this scales based on the actual number of people using the service. I kind of hope it does. It'd suck if it's just fixed based on number of caretakers. And it's interesting that the hospital does look full, right? Its load is 100%, but its workload is only 27, although the today number is going up. So I think that does make some amount of sense. Okay, good. So let's get through this disease and see how things shake out with some of these buildings. And yeah, I'm expecting to never see a bunch of grain and wood sit here, which means some of these guys are always going to be grabbing more. But if we can, remove some workload, maybe I need way bigger haulers. The other thing I'm wondering is, like, at some point, when do we go, you know what? It's time to do a giant bulldoze and rebuild of a couple of things. Like, we're building things a little piecemeal as we need it. But do we go and tear down this entire block? This graveyard is off, so I can... In fact, I'm going to go and preemptively get rid of it. Right? If I go And maybe this grain warehouse is big enough, especially since we did get some tech upgrades. Maybe it's big enough, but maybe what if, like, maybe we should just destroy all these bakeries and just make a giant giga bakery over here, or get rid of this housing block and do the giga bakery in this area. I don't know how much of the material we get back when we bulldoze something. We clearly get some. I don't know if we get all. I suspect we don't. Doesn't feel like that kind of game. Dismantle. It doesn't say. It doesn't feel like it's a we get everything back kind of game. That being said, the raw resources to build the building aren't that bad. Like, waste sucks, but the big problem is running out of wood. That won't be good. So I did turn off one of the extra wood cutters. I mean, we're gonna have to turn it on. We don't have necessarily the workers, but we clearly have to go and direct a little bit more attention over there. And the labs are eating so much clay. This is why, like, I was delaying the research. The amount of workforce you need for research to happen is sick. And then just to maintain it. I got those. I could go and get proficient work cutting at this point. An extra 2.7 workers. Womp womp. But yeah, I think the logistics thing, now realizing, like, noticing that tooltip, and actually, what's funny is, like, I noticed, you know, I was taking an active look in here and didn't fully realize what it meant until I got there. Okay. So here we do want high percentage. So presumably this is spending more of their time actually, like, consuming stuff and using stuff and working things as opposed to hauling. So this percentage going up is a really good thing for us. Okay, wood is a net positive, which is good. I mean, maybe this is growing faster than we need to right now, although right now I'm happy to be building up a bit of a buffer. So that's good. All right, number of sick people is going down as we get through the disease. We do have a lot of food stored up now. I like that. And actually, the other thing I'm realizing now, right, is given how much extra storage you get when you upgrade the storage, does make me think that maybe I overbuilt some of the storage. And I'm also wondering, like, looking around, I see a lot more just sort of big central warehouses and less specialized warehouses. I think what I'm doing with the specialized warehouses really do belong to the realm of maybe haulers plus the loading and unloading stations. I don't know exactly how much of a difference that makes. Like, just treating the warehouses as a bit of a loading and unloading station, is it completely incorrect? I don't know. And yeah, I am wondering if this one here needs to exist at all anymore. And yeah, I think overall I'd probably do less storage on my next go. Because I think what happens, I saw the numbers of storage that people worked with, and I thought, oh, I need big warehouses. But I think that mostly I was seeing a lot of post-research numbers. All right, insufficient number of workers. Yes, but you're nearly there. Proximity raw resources is poor is still the case, and might continue to be the case. This bread warehouse, I could do a similar thing actually, where rather than having the warehouse fully dedicated to bread, if I go and knock, let's say, 8 crates off of this, and add in 4 wood crates and 4 grain crates. Now I don't want to prioritize you, because if I did that, you'd presumably also be yoinking bread, which is no good. But I might want to say, okay, pull from this grain warehouse and pull from this grain warehouse. I still kind of wouldn't mind a menuing of it. And then also pull from the wood stockpile over here as it becomes available. So your job is to bring things to this warehouse because it's right next to this bakery. We also have the haulers, but I think that's not a terrible idea to do that. All in an effort to get this consumption up. 99%! Okay, I think that's really good. Now, I guess this is an average over the last X number of days. It's weird because the consumption number, it feels like it's gone down. Wait, am I misreading? Hold on a second. Is it possible that this 48% and this 79% is the same? Is this actually telling me the hauling time, which should be low? And no, they wouldn't do that. That'd be silly, right? I guess a good example might be the furniture stockpile. Yeah, no, okay. Because the furniture stockpile is clearly right next to the wood stockpile. It doesn't have to haul anything ever. So it's at 99% here and at 100% for the day. That makes sense, right? I think we can all agree. This must be, even though it's not the clearest of tooltips, I think this is really good. And I'm expecting this number to go up and that all in all to be a very positive thing. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. Wow, our fiber's gone down like crazy. Which is gonna choke point our weaver, which isn't ideal. Should I turn off this weaver? What are you doing? You need fabric over there. You store the fabric there. A couple of weavers is fine. This cloth stockpile is actually... I should actually invert. This weaver should be on top, and this cloth stockpile should be at the bottom. I guess it's cloth and fabric, so it's fine. Huh. Okay, well, I do have a little bit of innovation. I'm wondering, it's our onxes that are leading to our fabric, right? I don't have cotton farms. I guess I could check if I moused over here. It's all from the onx pastures. Does it make sense? Oh, you're deactivated. Oh, well, that's part of it. Right. Right, to save some workload, which isn't ideal. Slaughter all. Okay, we'll get that back in, which is also going to lead us to more food. Okay, sick people are getting better. And in theory, right, I did expand, right? I expanded this daycare. Yeah, there's these over here. And I mean, again, adding the capacity is also adding workers. So it's not like I'm changing the ratio, but it's being more space efficient. Nice to get a stat of how many of my children are in daycare. And I don't know if that's a thing. Workers. Okay, this is the trading grounds is disabled right now. I would love to turn it back on for lots of reasons. It does seem to make people happy. I'm hoping that like their nature happiness and things have gotten better. I mean, the loyalty is pretty high right now, although I think it is dipping. The happiness is sort of a little stalled at 90. We have a 0.90. Oh, that's from the fulfillment. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we've got, that happiness event went away, which is good. Kearney, secret police. What are these things? That's crazy. Food stalls going up. Right, we did upgrade the food stalls, so I think that was really good. We could look into stuff like do we do just the fancy benches and things? Is it that phase? We could unlock statues. I don't like its knowledge, but maybe. Oh, well, there's a fancy well. Actually, you know what? Fancy. Oh. Did I unlock swimming pools already? I unlocked swimming pools and fancy wells. Wait, did I? Really? Oh, but not bathhouse. Hang on. Hang on. You know what? I don't remember. Did I consciously... Was I just upgrading the wells and not realizing I unlocked my pools now? Well, okay. Ride your subject's place to swim. A pool fills up when it's connected to a canal system with enough pressure. One tile of pool will consume 1 unit of pressure. Damn, that's a lot. And the pressure is fairly intensive. Now, I think I've got some to spare. Barely. I could probably go and pull back on some of the water supply, or do we just accept that we should get another pump? I mean, 4 pumpers actually isn't that bad at all. The problem is if I wanted to pool deep inside my city, that becomes very impractical. But I did clear, does this just become a pool area? Because I could go and route some water over here fairly easily. And then the next question is, how big of a pool should I have? I mean, 1 tile per is pretty brutal. You know what? Let's just find out. Material. I mean, there's no material. I don't know how easy it is to expand this later. Is this gonna get in the way? It is. Should I just... I guess I can just run it not in the middle. I kind of hate it, but I also would hate not having the torches in the middle. All right, let's do this. I mean, this shouldn't add more employees, which is good. And it should just be some happiness. The only thing we'll need, I mean, certainly we'll need another one of these. So let's go and copy the pumping station. Do I want to leave a gap just for whatever? I don't know. If I do this... Oh, right, those 3 tiles need to be there. But this should be fine and work. And then I can always put some more in here and sort of route around. let's do that. And then we'll take another look at the bakery to see if our logistics have improved over there. I mean, it's fun. Like, yeah, there's a river here, but of course, I mean, you know, pool's a little fancier. It doesn't have a little mushy bottom. There's no weeds grabbing at your feet, making you think it's a sea monster. Wait, is that just me? Oh, I wonder if it was one stone per tile. Because it just looked like one stone, which seemed pretty ridiculous. There's no capacity. I wonder, like, is just each tile just count as its own little pool? Huh. I mean, what happened? They're having fun. I could theoretically... You know what? We got... Okay. Oh. Wait, what? Oh! Right, you're consuming the pressure, but we don't actually have this up yet. Right. Hang on. Let's get that... Let that go. But I was like, we could put another pool here, and actually that seems pretty good, because it's next to a canal here. Or it'll be next to a working canal in just a moment, hopefully. Okay, count of sick people have gone down. I did want to double check the hospital here. Workload is down here. Is it static? Can I do that? Actually, it seems static even with the number of workers, which strikes me as kind of odd. What? Two very disgusted looking guards bring Leahy Weasteryarder to you. According to several ranchers, it snuck into the Aurochs pen and drank their milk. Okay. During a brief interrogation, Leahy reveals that it even consumed congealed spoiled milk. One of your guards' professionalism fails them as they audibly retch, or cheese as it calls it. The problem is there's no actual law against it. Wait, why is why is drinking milk and eating cheese banned? Is it specific to do with like the insects? Do they not do it? No actual law, which is why Leahy now stands before you. Sadly, it is not deranged and disconcertingly lucid. Exile the milk drinker, we lose a person, or let them go free. This is going to be the land of the cheese. I'm going to let them go free? What kind of penalty is this going to give me? What kind of penalty is this going to give me other than mine with one person? Fine. Wow. Letting this crime against the natural order and common... I mean, was he drinking straight from the tap? Admittedly, that'd be a little bit weird. And common decency unpunished has caused some minor unrest. It seems that you alone have been left with a lingering sense of curiosity. The experience described so rarely by Leahy sounds utterly disgusting, but it did not seem to see it that way. Perhaps you could arrange to taste it yourself, since you still want to continue ruling. Such a thing would have to be done secretly? Forbidden taste. It tasted good. Too good to call this a momentary lapse of judgment. You are a milk drinker. No one must know. What? I mean, we're just talking about regular milk. These are cows. I mean, they're aurochs, but they're cow. Okay, well, great. All right. I don't know, but sure, fine. Weird. Very, very weird. All right. This is insufficient workers. But I think, yeah, 5 is 6. And then they may have to actually have a work day there to actually generate the pressure. So we'll give that a scooch to go through. Oh yeah, the swimming pool is getting more and more full. Was it here? Oh, right. Hold on. You know what? Yeah, that's the problem. It's not a bathhouse. I think it leads to... Oh, there's a pool type. Hold on. So there is this. So yeah, you want actual pools, not the ponds or canals or whatever. So this is going to fill up here, which is different from the bathhouse service. Okay, and we may need more, and I am thinking about putting another one over here just for accessibility and reach. Disease, we're back up to actual 3K people. Oh, let's take a look at our bakery situation. And yes, we have the embassy turned off and... Is it like a month-to-month average? I'm a little annoyed that hasn't moved, but this looks, it looks like we've improved things. Okay, there you go. People are working there. That's good. There we go. So this is canaled up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and make this entire thing a swimming pool. And then, there you go. Canal connected. I don't know how they fill. It was under environment, right? No. Yes, it was under environment. Does it nearly have to exist? Does it even have to be filled with water? Used for swimming in. I guess what happens is your people have a swimming need, and right now they're going to the river to fulfill it, like for temperature management or anything like that. So they have access to the river for cooling down, presumably, and get their skinny dipping need. But the pool itself, okay, which is not completely full here. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to trim back this, which I know might impact our rowing here, although I think we're mostly okay. Now the pool is mostly filled. Oh, this whole area. No, there we go. Okay. 6 is 6. Hang on. Why does this one have 6 of 6 and the other's 4 of 4? Huh? Oh! Because these guys got upgraded and need fewer workers. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't add more pressure, but makes it slightly more efficient. And okay, so we need 426. We have 436. So actually, I didn't have to trim that down, but maybe leaving a little buffer to be fine. Okay, put that in there. Population is growing. Good. Still okay. There we go. Now 69%. Okay, we may have gone. Maybe it's again. Maybe it's a seasonal thing. Maybe it's a few days. We'll keep an eye on that. What about the other bakery? 88% and 100% over here. Okay, this has got to be a big improvement. So now I'm like, what we should do is go through all of our various industrial buildings, which, is they always yellow? No, yellow means a few different things, I guess. Workers, consumption here is good. Okay, and I guess from the tooltip, oh, you're deactivated, right. We still have tons of paper. This, okay, 100% now. You've got that. That was the carpenter, which theoretically should be fine. Oh, hold on. It's a different carpenter. Right, this one here is awesome. This one here does spend a little bit more time going to yoink things. You know, there was something I was going to upgrade with metal, which we do now have as well. Oh, actually, was it the bakery itself? No, not you, buddy. Yeah. And I have the tech. Boom. I was hesitating because I was like, I want to double check this, but there we go. So we used 400 metal to upgrade you. Actually, the other bakery probably needs a lot less metal. Okay, both bakeries are getting upgraded. Now, we do have net positive bread and a lot of this. We could consider scaling that. Actually, should I have... Well, no, this one's the one that works, that should work better. I could scale down some of these workers. Probably over-consuming over here. But it is leading to more happiness. Okay, loyalty has decayed here. Wrongful death is improving. We don't have as many native people here. This used to be a 100% slider, but I think we're coming out ahead by having more people overall. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an extra 9 months worth of food. But this is still going up, which is good. What about the grain? Grain is trending downwards. Because our bakeries are doing so much more right now. That still might be okay. We have a little bit of housing to spare. Let's double check the nobles and how their counts are going on. Right, we want the left number to be bigger than the right number. Right, we could, you know, I have these promotions. I'm going to go ahead and update the Master of Potter over here. That's only short by 3, which isn't a big deal. And you're exactly right. Okay. We're still not really banking net positive here, but it's okay. I think what we really need is we need another library to make more knowledge or to give it some boosts. But what can I do with just some innovation that'll be useful? Yeah, I still don't have the cotton farming, and maybe I should. I guess I may as well updo our grain farms. Because, yeah, I don't really want to put more people in the grain business. So let's go ahead and just max that out. Then it's going to get more expensive. So I might wait on that just because the return on investment's not quite as good. And then... yeah, we're still out of the cotton. Now, if I do this, well, yeah, these are pretty big boosts. This is cheap here, decent amount of workers effectively per. I could add tools to the Ankh pastures. I'm not sure if that's worthwhile. Is this... oh, we already do have some grain tools. Did we ever assign them? No. 2 dutes of that. This might really cut into our tool supply, but I think it might be a good thing. We don't employ that many people, so I don't know how heavily it's going to use that. Meanwhile, we still have this set up over here, which the smithy is still currently not operating. Oh, unavailable coal. Right, because I think we stopped importing coal, but we didn't actually have the coal mine up. So I think the idea had been that this would import coal. I guess it probably should go and turn it back on. Let's do that. And I won't put a limit. We'll just spend money buying coal. And yes, we might not have as many neighbors we can import from. But let's do that. Kickstart this again. Someone's leaving. It's nothing. Or, well, not ideal. Oh, there we go. Happiness going up. Loyalty should hopefully follow. It'd be nice to have riches. I know. I agree. Full type, only at 15. Well, let's give it time. There might be more people. You know, if people don't go on the daily, it might take a while to actually fully satisfy those needs. But it's nice that we've gotten. I mean, they're not really being used right now. To be fair, we're heading to winter. These are not heated pools. So that kind of makes some sense. Man, we really have a lot of pottery. Are we exporting any? Yeah. We pull from the clay and pots, leave it halfway full. Which, I'm even wondering, like, maybe I should go and be like, you know what? There. You can export your pots. Well, or I've got this clay crunch. Maybe I should scale down my pottery works. Yeah, okay. I mean, the money is good, but let's go and scale this down to about half. We won't consume quite as much clay. I mean, it's mostly still being consumed by laboratories. Okay, now we've got an updo on clay. You know, it'd be fun to have, like, I know it's not that kind of game, like dynamic things where we're targeting this, but no, we just run this at a level. And then, if anything, you're using imports and exports to fix some of those things. I got the hauler here, which is meant to haul clay. Which I don't think that makes any sense. So we got the clay warehouse. I think whenever I built this, I don't remember what the logic was, but I think it's unnecessary. So I'm going to go and trash that building. Clear up a couple of workers, free up the resources. Oh, and if I want a pool source, yes, maybe that was the idea. Which, you know what? Yeah, I mean, building this over here is just so... Let's just shut this down. And then... you don't even have anything stored up. You still have a worker. I'm going to shut you down. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and do the expansion here, because this is where our whole setup is. Oh, I guess the one downside is it is a little annoying that it fires people temporarily. But let's do it. Let's square it off. There's still a lot more to do. We can have up to 200 workers here. And then we are going to need some more auxiliaries to boost efficiency back to 100. I'm going to cover some of the clay bits. Okay, we got to our 100. That. So it'll temporarily turn off the clay industry, but it should come back really quickly, I think. Oh, right now. Well, I guess there's no one working the clay pit right now, so now we've got a lot of odd jobbers. But the population is on a very steady rise over here. Yeah. Okay, yes, no one working the pottery. That's fine. Well, rare hex. Positions. I mean, we're still only at 50% over there. Okay, yes, that's fine. Don't worry about it. The clay pits will come back. Got none. We got none of this stuff. Consumption. So you guys look okay. And then this bakery over here has gotten a lot better. A lot better. Okay. I think we have improved our flow a lot. I wonder if I can just give my humans more bread. I mean, there might be a bit of a diminishing return on some of this. I mean, I could give a few other people some things, but... Actually, I don't think this is fully calculated in here, because I think the blue is showing the change, but I don't think it's hit yet. Do I want to go and update this some more? No, not yet. If I hit more than a year worth, then maybe I'll update it. And one thing I don't know is... because they like to have food days... But, like, I don't know where the sort of min-max between these two might be, the balance. Like, this bar has got a lot more potential, but I think there's diminishing returns. Like, it feels like there's diminishing returns on some of these things, and I suspect that might be the same case here. Like, this first tick does a lot, but maybe it goes down a little bit. We'll see. What are we looking at over here? Insufficient workers. Right, but... Okay, so I could go and max this out. Well, let's do that for a bit. Even if we end up with a huge, like, oversupply of clay, banking a little bit to start with might be good. 32 spare workers. We have a little bit of homelessness now. I mean, insufficient work. Right, there we go. Get rid of that. Your workers are fine. All right. Money's gone, which makes sense because, again, we were buying the coal. Trying to keep that target. So the metal industry should be working again. But we are nearly out of tools because we did go and add tools to our farms. Where's my... Oh, over here. So I'm going to re-enable the smithy to start producing tools. Consumption is decent, good, okay. And again, I might be misreading the consumption thing, but this is what I'm operating on this episode. Workers. It might be a worker thing too. Okay. Now, I guess I should double check. Are there any upgrades that could be done? Well, probably something. Like if I did this. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of things being highlighted. What is it? Because I thought... Yeah, I guess we don't really get a good visual indicator of what it is that's being upgraded. Things turn red. Are things turning not red when they can be upgraded? Or are we literally... Is it... I mean, it's showing the amounts. And I know we don't have the fancy lights. That's for the torches. But I'm wondering if this is still applying. If it... I'm just going to drop that. Let it happen. Whatever that might be. And then... Library. The leathers are fine. I think we really can have another one of these. And I would love the advanced library tech. Advanced... Well, a lot of things are advanced. Library. Right, needs 100 knowledge. It's interesting. So the libraries upgrade themselves. Okay, I do think I want another one. Like, thematically, I like the idea of a learning district. Is this too far from things? I think what we do need is another set of housing, because I think we're going to get a little far. There's actually not much housing over here. Now, how do I feel about copy and pasting these blocks? I think I'm going to go and make a new block on my own, and then we'll see how we feel about that. I might go and stick a giant library in this area. Could I be happy with a 7-wide library? Let's go and see. Library. And we'll leave a 3 gap. And then 7-wide internal space. Like this. So we don't have to worry about roof supports or anything like that. And then the carpet is just efficiency, right? Yes. So shelves, worker plus knowledge. I'll go with the single. Go now. Okay, if I did this, what's involved in getting this to the max? 0.14. Okay. That gets us there. Could probably get a little bit there, and then put a tiny bit more carpet. Oh, that's not actually 100%, but that's fine. Do a square carpet there and there. I think it'll put us over 100, but then we get the, symmetry, which is always fun. Actually, I won't do the doors here. I'll put them at the end, because then I can always stack side by side. Do this. Triple wide, 100% insulation. Stone, stone, stone. Good, good, good. Okay. Another plus 21 knowledge. Like, it's so small. I'll let this construct. I think I'll probably end up building another one. Then build this, covering the roads. Oh, it doesn't actually overlap the roads. That's interesting. And then this whole area is lacking in light. There for full overlap. Might have one little dark tile. Like that. Okay. I think these will lead to full overlap that way. And then decorations. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is just do a little double flank like that. Especially since the nature, like, decoration stuff seems to grow more intense with the overlap. Like, I think the overlap might be fine and have value. So this might be the new pattern I adopt. Also, there is a lack of light here. A little bit of a gap there, but I'll have to just accept that. You know what? I will put that one there, and then do that, and then go back to trees. Chooch, chooch. I mean, we might be killing a little bit of our empty space. A little more crowded. But this does look nice. Oh, should we get some benches? We've been ignoring benches. Maybe I don't want to narrow this down too much. A few benches on these corners, like that, like that. Like, oop. Oh, I guess that blocks the entrance there, so that wouldn't have gone. There we go. Get a few of those things. Okay, that looks nice. We've got a few spare workers. Pops on the rise. Humans are getting a little bit of a crunch here. We'll have to maybe remember to turn on the pelts for the library. Clay shortages, but hopefully. Yeah, net positive, but there's probably a backlog. Oh, we should set up a clay hauler over here, right? Let's apply some of the lessons that I think I'm learning. I'm going to do a 3x3. Well, I might get a pair of 2x2s here. Do that because I think that road's going to continue that way. This is the shelf part. This is the standing part. So I think this might be better than the other way around. Like, this puts the shelf slightly closer to the door, but I don't know exactly how they grab, but it feels like this might be the way to go. And then over here, same thing. I'm going to make that the pelts one, the leather one, for the laboratory. I mean, ultimately, we still have a worker doing the job. But again, with the efficiency here, this seems good. So this is the one for the clay, which is going to yoink from this clay storage. Okay. And then this is done here. This is going to be for pelts. And for this one, I'm actually just wondering about setting the closest, because I don't think I have a dedicated pelt storage. So we'll just do that. It's only got, like, it can only pull from a couple of different sources, and it is going to be reliant on those places having it, but fingers crossed that works out. I'm going to try to do so much with logistics differently in my next city. I'm tempted to start a secondary city on my own here, which is good for learning, but then I worry that, like, when I get the urge to play Songs of Six, I'm just going to be playing my own personal game instead of the recorded one, which is not exactly a win. Oh yeah, there's a fabric crunch as well, which is still a net negative. Barely, but a net negative. Clothes is a positive. I think it gets consumed pretty quickly from the new people. So I definitely don't want to turn down my tailoring any further than this. So my weavers. I'm not sure which we could do. Improved weaver. Okay, and I do have a bunch of signs ready. Oops. Weaver. Improved weaver, which might even consume some of the other upgrades. I think that might be an okay thing. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, 94 innovation towards the weaving. Upgrade. Upgrade. And I think, like, the 94 included some other productivity boosts. Oh, shit. Hang on. Is the problem the shortage of fiber, really? Perhaps. I wonder if I should start growing cotton. Still like the idea of getting the meat, too. Workload is low. 91. So, presumably I could cut down one worker here. And there. Let's see. What is that one? Oh. So. Huh. But we don't have that. We have it for the pastures, but not the grain fields. Was that there before? Is there a reason I wasn't using it? There's some that might be dumb to use it for. I don't know. What's our net on here? Okay, it is netting, but not huge. I kind of do just want to build an ox posture. The problem is we don't actually get the preview of the terrain, but theoretically this is fine. Partially into the water. You've got that, which seems okay. I'm going to go and build two. I'll just leave a one gapper here. And then, okay, should I get, I think the answer is very much yes, a repeating pattern set up for these. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll go and get decoration, tree, and then, as part of the pattern, I'll get a little double bench over here as well. All right, and then with the torches, that's the pattern there, and then tree. That doesn't really matter. Do that. And then I have something that, oh wait, hold on. Did I miscount something with the benches? Yeah. Cancel. I was gonna say that'll probably get rid of the round tiles, which is annoying. That would be, no, that between the decorations. So if I'm doing a double bench, it's going to be right there. Okay. Let's do that, and then I can copy and paste this pattern. Okay, we got some XP for that. Can we get, I wonder if a good thing for the nobility is labs and stuff. Like libraries and laboratories, if that's something that's possible. I don't know. Now, this might not align with, like, my corners, but it is a good, it's just the way it draws, okay. But it is a good pattern for 100% light coverage. And then if I copy, like, this, right, and then be like, just match up the torch. Essentially, the decoration doesn't show up in here. Okay, the benches will block that, but I think it's probably okay. I'm hoping the torches and stuff don't need maintenance. Do that. So we'll have the roads, we'll have the beauty. Oops, not the bench. I'm going to go and copy this over here in case anyone is trying to walk through there. I think they can walk through the bench. I think our people, other than actual walls, I think people can walk through pretty much anything. 3.24, although we are now... All right, we got a strike and a masonry. Honestly, that's not the end of the world. Okay, we got the money. Oh, that's good. So we actually, at our coal storage, what we're targeting over here. And then anything over 100K we're spending on booze. That seems pretty good. And yeah, if we can get a little bit more meat to give people their preferred food, that's good. I mean, mostly I'm building it for the cloth, the fabric. I could just be doing the cotton. But this seems fine. Okay. Okay. I think, like, a couple of things are starting to click. Hopefully, I haven't incorrectly clicked them. This is on to me, because you do have stuff, and we could store more. This braidwork warehouse also stores some. Proximity to raw material is poor. Is it? Well, you are out of grain over here, to be fair. Workload is low. You are on automatic. It's interesting that, I mean, presumably you're going to fire people. I'm wondering about doing a pass. Like, would it be worth going and downgrading how many people are in all the warehouses and then putting the auto back on and then see? But I think they do go and fire people along the way. Net negative on here. You do have the tools. Actually, you're fine there. There might be some more tech available. Yeah, I don't trust these workload things, but maybe I can drop you down by one. And you down by one. These are pretty low. Like, there may have been some rounding things going on there. Okay, let that sit for a little bit. 22,000 loaves of bread. How much are decaying per day? We're losing 700 per day just to decay and spoilage, which feels bad, but may in fact be the way it's supposed to go. Where do we store this stuff? I guess it gets stored. Yeah, clothing and fabric. Well, actually, no, hold on. Yeah, where does the... No, we do have a fiber warehouse somewhere. Oh, is it this one? Yes, okay. But this is probably a good case for a loader-unloader. Or, do I take down these buildings? Take down these buildings, put the stockpile for the fiber here, and the weavers over here. And I guess I could go and put the tailors there, which would be a little closer to where the weavers go. I mean, it's not, none of this is that far away. But now I'm like, okay. That's a lot of soldiers. We've got to figure this out. Mostly it hurts the furniture because we like selling that, but 3K loaves of bread is fine. I mean, with the decay we've got, it's not a big deal. Okay. I know, we got to do the military. I'm going to turn this back on. And then what I'm going to do in between episodes is I'm going to go and look at some guides for some of the military stuff. We're going to see if we can figure some things out. So I guess this is a good place to cut. Ooh, 54 minutes long. Yep, it's definitely a good time to put in a little bit of a cut here. So we're going to do that. We'll figure out at some point the military. But again, population has risen, which is good. Hopefully we don't get another giant disease, but I'm not really sure workload is low. Yeah, you say that now. Services, load, yeah. The physician is actually weirdly too big now. Yeah, health stuff and the management of it does feel a little bit weird to me. Wood is positive, although not crazy so. We're going through a lot for the carpenter, which is fine. Yeah, okay. Unavailable. Egg, fish, fruit, ration. Oh, yes, and then the asylum still doesn't have rations, but so be it. Is there, presumably there's a ration maker? Oh, I think we are going to need it for the military as well. I don't know if it's for the conscripts, but we might want to have a little something with there too. Just a slow trickle in. I don't know. Anyway, we'll put the cut in here. Folks, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.